So, welcome to the tutorial of Flintstones, the Sega Master System game. I will let some alternative music play in the background because otherwise we would only have the sound effects of the game, because the music is, I would say, kind of horrible. It's always the same song over and over again. Luckily, you're allowed to switch off the music when you're entering the game. I will explain the speedrun, how it works. It's actually pretty easy. There's a big RNG with Barney. It's the third stage where you play bowling. So you have 4 stages in the whole game. And the first stage is you have to paint the wall until time is over. The second stage is you drive to bowling. The third stage is you play bowling against Barney, and the fourth stage is you have to rescue Pebbles. I will show you the techniques and the tricks in each stage, how you should play it. There is, like I said, some RNG there. Changing point is definitely the bowling against Barney, and yeah, otherwise it's kind of mostly just execution and be ready to react, especially in the first stage. But yeah, it should be not very difficult to learn this speedrun. And yeah, I will show you just now step by step, like stage by stage, what can happen, what you have to take care about, and how you really kind of act on each stage. So yeah, this is the yabadoo, yabadabadoo, what you hear also when you make a strike in the third level. I will make save states. So we are always like starting the stage, and the longest stage is actually playing Barney bowling. It's like, I think, more than 50% of the whole game. So in the first stage, yeah, you have a talk with Vilma. She wants that you paint the wall, and you can only go to the bowling when you are painting the wall. With the D-pad, of course, you can move fret up, down. With button 1, you can paint to the wall, and with button 2, you can take the ladder. There is a ladder in the background because you have to paint in the ground and in the top part. Two things what can stop you from painting are pebbles. Pebbles is like coming out randomly, and since you cannot take the painting brush, what is a fish, I think, and pebbles at the same time, when you are grabbing pebbles, you have to leave the painting brush. Like when you start, the painting brush is jumping always up, you go for it, and then you start painting. In the middle of the stage, there's a painting like refill, and yeah, when Pebbles is running around, she can do nothing, or she can go to the wall and paint some small things, and you would have to overpaint it again. So yeah, definitely annoying. And the painting brush can run away from you or can run to you, depending how he's feeling. So yeah, this is like kind of the first stage actually. So what I will show you right now is the technique, how to play it. First in the slow way and then in the fast way. So yeah, important thing definitely is just to start with the first 3 full, and if you brush like just 2 times, like if you hold it like for like when he's like brushing twice, you don't get the full one. And you see down here the brusher, how full he is, and when you're like less than half, then you don't paint any much so more, like you don't paint so much anymore, so you have to refill. So you always let's say you paint maximum 2 places, and then you actually have to refill again, and the goal is to have the whole wall full again. And you see like pebbles coming out, and yeah, you see that you don't have any more so much brush on it. And the print shows you how far, like how much your progress is already. And you can see Pebble can go really fast out. And here, like, you can take the leather. Oh, sorry, painting is actually button number 2, not 1. Sorry. Button number 2. And grabbing the ladder is button number 1. And yeah, you have to paint parts. And here, like, holding the button 1 to make the ladder, taking it with you, and button 2 you hold. And you have to be aware about pebbles. And yeah, that's kind of the first stage. Like, you don't want that pebbles is like going into your way. Sometimes the brush is jumping or running away, and when you finish the wall, you can go to the bowling. And then we are coming to the next level. So now I show you the technique. So when you hold, I would say, like, he's doing like brush, brush, brush. And when you're doing just one brush, he's like putting some of it. And when it's like brush, brush, like 2 times, it's like, it's not a second or whatever, but it's like, you see that he paints a quarter full. And my advice is to start with 3 full quarters and then do 2 brushes. So he's doing, like, I think 3 brushes makes it full, and 2 brushes makes it full and a little bit. So what I always do is, after I make 3 full quarters in the beginning, I make 2, like, imagine the quarter is like in 3 parts. It's like, you have like, let's say like a quarter and the first 2 and then the third one, and this is like the part of painting. And when you have like, when you hold it very long, you have a full quarter of 3, and when you just hold it shortly, you have a little bit, and when you hold it medium, it's like 2 and a little bit. So what I do is, like, I always make the first 3 full quarters, and then I always go, if I can, with a medium. Then I go to the part where it's like not full, where you only have like parts of it, like a middle, and then you still see some parts open. And then I brush again, so I actually have like 2 quarters almost completely brushed with 1 time before going to refill. That saves a lot of time, and you reach the down part very quickly. I think my best was like 22 seconds when starting. Starting the timer is when you are going here from this screen into the stage, even when Vilma is still talking to you. And yeah, then you go to the ladder, and there you can like brush the right side and a little bit the left side, and then you just brush a little bit left and right. And that's how you go with the top part. You always brush like parts of the right and left. And you can also do the same technique like down. There will be always a little bit of painting not full, where you can like go to with the ladder to the next part, brush it, and then going again to the left, and then you reach it, and it should be, this level should be over, I think in the average would be like 1:15, 1:20. Best is like 1 minute, around 1 minute, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 3, 1 minute 5. This is like the best time what you can actually get. So I will like slowly try to show you now how I play it, and then I will show you in the speedway. So you go here, take the brusher, that was a mistake, sorry. Like, you have to go really to the left, and then you brush the first quarter, the second quarter, and then the third, and then you go by. You can also continue with big quarters and then go for the refill as you want, but the best way is different. As you can see, I brush it full, and then pebbles is mostly coming out, this guy is mostly jumping. You can do two techniques now. You can like make full and refill if you want, and you always can go like really with the body of him like close to the corner, so you always like then do it full. If you do it too early, you only make like 2 or 3 parts, as you can see. This is like the safe way, what I don't recommend. And the fastest way is a little bit different. And yeah, like I said, I will show you that a little bit slower so you understand what I mean. So you take the brusher, the first 3 are always the same. Paint it full, you get the timing. When you see that it's full, then just go away, go for the refill. And then you do this. You go here, make like this 2, and then you make here another 2, and then you have like 5 of 6 quarters. And you can do this like all the time. It's a little bit timing based. If you make a mistake, you can always do a refill, but here, like, you see that, and then it's full, and then you have like 5 instead of, like, of course, every time when you go to the painting and back is time loss, so it is faster to do what I was showing here. Like this corner is like typical, and yeah, when she's painting, as you can see, you have to do it again. So she's coming out whenever she wants, and then here's like you full, and then you can paint the rest or you can leave it. So you paint like full, and then you can even leave it, but I prefer to make it, as you can see, otherwise you can miss it. So the top part is always like making the right side and the left side go a little bit down and do the rest. And that's the whole painting game. And if you miss something, well, you have to refill and do it. And only when the wall is complete, you are allowed to go to the bowling. So let's do this again in a fast way, as fast as it's possible for me. And yeah, you can try out if you find faster ways, but I think this is already super fast. Pebbles is mostly coming out after the 3rd, sometimes not, then you just take the advantage. This is like the fast way, and always keep an eye. The best is like when Pebbles is coming out. I didn't get the refill, that's why it looked so weird. So yeah, just first do the down part, and then you're still painting. Good. And then there's a little bit here, always when you don't have a full brusher, so you just have to finish it. So you always go like this, bring it to the ladder, to the part. You can move the ladder when he's jumping. You can up to here paint to the right, so you have a bigger one, but then you have to the other side less. So it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of this part here and do the same, like there were like 3 quarters and like big one to the right and small one to the left. And then yeah, you just finish it and then you're done. So I'll show you this one more time, the fast way. And you just have to try to copy that and think about, like I said, first the big quarters. Always think about the refill. If you see pebbles coming out, you directly should use the refill together with her coming out. You can do this really fast. If you get a full one, just go again to the refill if you're in the middle. And yeah, finish it. Go to the corner. And then just do the top part. Go to the left, bring the ladder there. Do the refill, check what is Pebbles doing, if she's coming out. Always don't forget the last part. Like this one, this always have to be done. This was medium medium. And now we are just doing the last part. And Pebbles just came out one time, that is super good RNG. And that's the first level. So now we're coming to, in my eyes, annoying but actually super easy level. So you drive now to bowling, and it goes automatically. Like if you hold right, you are speeding up. You cannot really brake. So yeah. You can brake and go, but it does not make any sense, especially when you're speedrunning it. You want to be really fast. And I show you what we're just doing here. So when we are not reaching the goal in the time, bowling is closed and we lose a life, and Barney says, "Looks like we arrived too late," and we have to do it again. We want to avoid that, of course. So what you're doing is like you start and you hold directly to the right, so you speed up, and the hitboxes of the stones are actually smaller than they look like. So you have to actually jump later than you think, and mostly the reaction of the jump comes later of the controller as you press, like a little bit later, I would say some frames later. So you can almost like touch the stones, especially the big stones, and jump over it, and it's just a timing thing. And if you are like, it's always the same, the street is always the same, just a timing thing, full speed and jump. And if you lose your tire because you touch the stones, you have to go to the left. And I'm not sure yet what I have to press, but I always press left and right from the D-pad and all the buttons to make the car up, and then you take the tire and put it on again and drive and continue. Of course your goal is like to not even touch the stones, so you hold right, and with the small ones you can actually jump very early, but this is like already a bigger one. Okay, it's just the two buttons, not the D-pad, it's just the two buttons. So this is a big one, you have to jump late. And as you can see, you almost touches the stones, the small ones, it doesn't even matter. But the big ones you have to jump, like even when you're almost about to touch it, like then you have to jump. Yeah, and you have to reach it. And it goes in a minute to closed. So you have like 2 times touching the stones. So here, like you see, you really like almost touching the stones. If you are jumping too early, you will always hit the stones, and then you have to go here and press the buttons and then take the tire and go up. So yeah, it's actually super easy. There are only like 3 or 4 bigger stones, and as you see, I was like about to touch the stone. So from the front part, it mostly is like you are not really touching it. From the back part, you mostly touch it. Like when you lose your tire, it's mostly because you jumped too early. So when you're really jumping late, you should be always making it. It's like you're almost touching it, as you see. The big stones are not so a big problem, as you can see. It's super easy, and just make it in the rear, easy timing, and this is like the level. There is not a big deal, really, really easy. Just do a late jump, but not too late, then you of course hit the stones. It's like a timing thing. Learning it is not so difficult. You have, like I said, a little bit frames what you're losing. Like when you press the jump button, it's not directly jumping, it's like jumping like, I don't know, what is it, like 10 frames later or something. And if you are having the problem that you hit a stone, don't worry, just continue and try again until you get the timing. It's really super easy. Don't worry, it's, like I said, a super easy and short speedrun, and the hardest thing is just playing bowling against Barney because it's RNG, and I will explain you what is important about this right now. So this is like the second level. Now we are actually playing against Barney bowling, and to get a good time, actually you want that Barney is doing strikes and you are doing strikes too, because in a strike you get 10 points and then you get additional points. I don't know if you never played bowling. It's like the situation is like this: if you are making the 10 pins, what are like the 10 things what are like there with one shot, You get additional points when you are doing the next one. You have 10, it's called frames, and who's having the most points after 10 frames wins the game. And you have to win against Barney. And Barney is random what he's doing, except in frame number 9, where he's always doing the same. And you want actually that he's doing strikes, but you want to have more strikes than him. There are two ways what I can explain. Like, I have a technique where you mostly, like, what is a 50-50 chance to get a strike. And if you don't get a strike, you mostly get a 4 there, so only 4 pins. And it depends if you need more pins or if you just want to save time. Then you are just doing the same shot again. And then it's 4 and he's like not touching anything, because when he's touching pins, of course, you're losing time. But you actually want to have a lot of strikes. And if you see in the end, like you have like the 10th frame, and he cannot reach you anymore, because in the last thing I think you can get maximum 30 points. When you see like you're super in front, you have a comfortable lead, you can actually throw the last 2 shots not even touching the pins. What is the fastest way than throwing strikes or whatever. So yeah, it's a lot of luck-based situation. This is definitely the hardest thing in the whole speedrun. And yeah, Barney can be really a dick. Like I said, it's the longest level, and it decides if you have a speedrun or not. And I will show you where I go, how I configure my down part, and where I shoot the higher part. And like I said, it's a 50-50 chance. I don't know how it is calculated that you get a strike or that you get a 4. I just know that this is like my fastest strat, because I just press up until I'm reaching the top part of the bowling line, and then I adjust my down part, and then I just hold the button to get speed. So I think it's button number 2 for the speed. With the D-pad you can move left and right, and then you throw it with a maximum and hope that it's a strike. And if it's a 4, depending if you want to save time or if you want to get some points, you can adjust a little bit by just not throwing full speed, a little bit less than full speed. Then you are mostly hitting 2 or 3 pins again and get a 7 or a 6 or something like that. But yeah, let's do this right now. So I'm here in the top already. I bring my my lower part to the right like this. There's no time limit, but of course you have to do it very fast. So you are starting in the top part, I think. Let me just check if this was just because I was pressing something. So you're already there in the top part. You are bringing your direction to the right. Just to mention, it doesn't matter if it's like this or like this or like this. All are having the same, like this one is what I do and what mostly worked, but you can also do this or even this, and it should be still a strike possibility. But I go for this, and then I hold the button 2 for the speed until he's like in the maximum, and then I throw it. So it can happen that you get a 4. So if you want to save time, you're just doing it again, and he throws exactly in the same place, and you don't even touch any pins. If you want to get points, I will show you that again when we have 4 again. Watch what is Barney doing, and if he's doing a strike, good for you. Depending, like if you do strikes too. The time save will be if you have both a lot of strikes and like you have like only one time throwing, and yeah, you are now in the left as you see, so you have to move your direction again to the right, and then you have to speed up again and hope that it's a strike. And now we have again a 4, and instead of doing the full speed, you just do like almost the full speed. This is again full speed, so we throw through it, but you have to stop a little bit. It's like just holding the button and then loose the button, like stop holding the button to get the throw out. And yeah, he's doing now like another strike. You are very much to the left again, so you go back here to the right, and then you can make it in the one time directly and hope that it's a strike. And now I show you that you can also, like, if it's a 4-4, always then you have to maybe reset. And yeah, I'm not having the timing right now, so I always get the same throwing. I will try again and again. But yeah, this is like the technique. It looks like kind of weird that I always throw 4s right now. But yeah, there's, like I said, a 50-50 chance of doing strikes there. And I don't know if it's a global timer. As you see, I can throw a 4 there, or I can throw a strike. And you are not changing your position, what is good for the speedrun. And Barney is doing actually a really good job, but he's like really running away from the points. So good if you would be in the lead right now. So the best thing is like that you have both a lot of strikes, but you are still in the lead. Like you have, I don't know, 230 points in the end, and he has like 180 points or even something like that. That would be amazing. Like he's doing a really good job right now, but you're so far behind that you mostly will lose. And yeah, just learn this strike pattern and hope that the RNG is good and that he's giving you the chance to win against him. So now I will throw a little bit less than full speed. You can throw it like this, for example. You can throw it a little bit more even. Now I got like 4 pins more. They are additional to the other points. And yeah, it depends if you need points or if you just need time. But yeah, Barney is like super in front, and mostly he will now beat me. And time loss is when he's like going really from up to down and gets all the pins and not throwing any, like it's like really causing time. But you have to live with that because it's RNG, and then you have to see if you make strikes. And then there is one frame number 9, what he's always doing the same. He's throwing to the right twice with the same speed. What is like only he's throwing 3 pins or something, so really low. And that shows you that you are about to reach frame number 10. So you have then only one more frame left to win against him or even to throw the pins away. I will show you then what you do when you are in comfortable lead. And now we are just trying another strike. And we didn't get the strike, so we just try to get some points now by just not having the full speed, what is like almost the full speed. And then we have another, it can be 3 pins you hit, it can be 2 pins you hit, it can be 4 pins. But the maximum is like 8 pins what you can get out of it. But yeah, it's the fastest way because you're not moving your position and you directly try to get a strike. For sure there are other ways to make strikes, but I think I never really tested here and stuff like this, but I was not feeling very comfortable with all the other strats. So starting from the top and just throwing it, like I said, it's a 50-50 chance to get a strike, and if you don't get strikes you just have to reset and start the run over again. First thing for you is really to finish runs by beating Barney. If you lose against him, you could actually continue, like the 4 threads what you see show you how many lives you are, and now we have frame number 9 from him because he's throwing 2 times exactly the same throw what you see, like very slow and to the right. This is like frame number 9 that shows you the next frame you are done. And what I mostly do is like I go here to the left, and then just when I'm like in a comfortable lead, I press really to the left even more, I think like this, and then I just make full speed, and then it's like directly throwing to the empty part there in the behind, and you're not touching any pins. But you only can do that if in the point situation you are comfortable in the front and you know that he cannot get you anymore, like he's like at least 30 points away, or you are like hoping that he's not hitting the points. So this is bowling, and we do this one more time completely. And yeah, if you lose against him, you can play him again, of course, but for the speedrun, makes you zero logic to try it again. In casual, yeah, sure, of course, but not in the speedrun. So yeah, try to win Barney. We do it again completely. I want to show you the last one again. So let's see what we have. You can make two ways if you want to be sure by holding. You can make it directly with the first one, or you can make it in the 2 times. And every strike is a time save. And yeah, get rid of Barney. Try to beat him and get the timing of the direction and the speed, so you're not losing a lot of time by doing it. And then we are actually coming to the last level, what is then Rescue Pebbles. So second attempt, let's see what we get. Another strike, so we are at 30. So this is like the perfect start, and you want now that Barney is also doing some strikes, so you're saving time together. But from the direction and from the speed, you will see what can be a strike and what not. And this was obviously not a strike, but the second one is the same, so he's not touching any pins, so you save a little bit of time. But you want him to do some strikes. When it's like in the middle of the speed, you should always like do a 1 repetition, otherwise you maybe miss it. Because when you are having full speed, and then the next one, I will just show you, like if you're a little bit too late, this will happen. What is a big time loss, because it takes forever. So yeah, be precise with the timing of the speed, and it's not so hard to get the timing of the speed, but just be aware about that. You can maybe lose too late and then you're like having a lot of time loss. So let's do this in the right timing. Just hold it, leave it, hope for strikes. If you don't get any strikes, try to get some more points and beat Barney. So we are getting then to the last level after that. Rescuing Pebbles. And like I said, the whole speedrun is very short. World record is right now 8 minutes and 16 seconds. And I think only bowling is 4 minutes. I'm not sure how long it is, but definitely minimum 50% of the game is just playing bowling. Yeah, so yeah, big RNG point. And like I said, you have to check when Barney is doing like this kind of throw in the end, whether he's doing that twice, then you know that it's like the last frame before like the 9th, and then the last one is coming, and you have to just finish it off. And you see like how much points he has, you have to check how much points you have, and then just you trust yourself that you beat him and just throw. You can do 2 things. You can try to get strikes, of course, but the last frame has actually the possibility to make 3 shots. So if you make 2 shots, like 2 strikes, you have a third one. Or if you make 1 strike and then like a 9 and then finish it, it's like you have the maximum of 3 throws, what can be a time loss. But if sometimes you have no other chance to play it like this, you have to try to get 3 strikes to still beat him. But yeah, hopefully you are not in the situation that you need the strikes, so you can just throw the bowling ball to the left and not touch any pins and make it the fast way what is possible. Yeah, I think now we have like the situation that we are in frame number 9. I'm not sure yet what, if we are already here, could be. Yeah, so he's doing it different, so we're not yet there. Don't know which frame we are, but we have a comfortable lead right now. He didn't do a lot of strikes, what is bad for the speedrun, because each strike from both of us is a time save. So this is like a time save because you don't have to throw it a second time. He's just doing that, and you have a yabba dabba doo, and that makes time save according to throwing it. And now I think he's like in the last, not yet. it's like kind of weird. Of course, you can count by yourself what frame you are right now. I think we are now in frame number 8 or number 9. But if he's doing twice this same throwing, what is like slow speed, and then you know the next one is the last one. And if you're like in a good way of being in the lead, you can just do the same throw and don't touch any pins. It's faster than touching any pins, but you have to be in a good lead to do that. If you accidentally get a 4, I think this is now frame number 9. He has 70 pins, you have 118, so even when he's like getting 3 strikes, he will not reach you anymore. So what you do is like you are going really to the left from the direction here, because up and down is moving fret and left and right is this one here. So you go like this and then go full speed, and then you're not touching any pin, and you just repeat that. And this is the fastest way, instead of just hitting the pins. If you still need points, of course you have to hit it, but yeah, if you have a comfortable lead, you just do that as fast as possible. You can also watch, of course, the world record run, what to do there. And then you have beaten Barney, and you go to the final level, and the final level is not so tricky as it seems, but has some specialties, let's say that. So now you get the information that Pebbles is better than you, Barney, what I don't believe. And this is like level 3, and now we go to level 4. We have to rescue Pebbles. Pebbles was running away, and we have to rescue this kid. And I have to explain in this level 2 things. So first of all, you just jump and move, and when you're falling from 2 high platforms down, you die and you have to start again. But there's like in the end a possibility to fall down and not die, because I think the programmers were not expecting to throw this way. So you finish actually the game by falling down, and actually you would be dead, but game still ends. There are 2 ways. I think the faster way is to get the helmet. There's a helmet on the right side when you're on the top, and then you can walk through things like what is it called? I don't know. Like, I mean, you know, if you know the Flintstones, that Mr. Mr. Flintstone is working like we say Baustelle in German. I don't know what is the name. But in any case, if you have the helmet, you can go through the things, and if you don't have the helmet, you have to wait. Otherwise, if you touch it, you die too. So I think the fastest way is actually to take the helmet and then just run through all these things what are like in your way, instead of waiting, because you save maybe a little bit of time if you don't go for the helmet, but you, in my eyes, you save a ton of time if you use the helmet for both directions and then just go instead of waiting. So yeah, you have to climb up and like I said, take the helmet, and then you have to go the rope down, and there are like clouds what show you which direction the air is, and the clouds, where the clouds are touching you and then bring you to a different direction, to the left and right. But there's a specific way what you can do that you are like actually falling exactly down, what is faster than taking the rope completely down, and then grab the last part of the rope before like in the last part to pick up pebbles. It's like very easy actually, the pattern. Then you grab pebbles, then you are jumping to the rope, and then I think you can make a double jump on the rope, and then you just have to climb up and jump back and then finish the level. But yeah, let us just show that. You just jump on these platforms, and then you take the elevator here, then there is a guy what is like pushing you away, and now you just climb, and be careful that you're too much to the corner. And if you would like fall from a big time here, you see you directly die. And you can fall from lower parts, like I think you can still fall from here and you're still alive. Yeah, so they're like let's say distance what are okay and where you don't die. So I think like the highest what you can do is like from here without dying, and I think if you're like from here you would already die. Yeah, so it's like kind of the idea. Be careful to don't die. So you just jump, don't go too much to the corner, because mostly if you press jump then he's just walking down. So what I definitely recommend is like try to jump from the middle, or like not almost from the end. Move left, right. Here you have to press up for the elevator. This elevator is like for up and down. So you just move up. And then this guy is pushing you like he's pushing you in the direction, as you can see. So you have to walk through him. I don't even know what this guy is actually. So yeah, when he's like pushing you, you just have to push against, and then you just go here up, and you see like the cloud was like pushing me also because of the direction of the wind. And then you just go here. Jumping is button 2. You go here and just take the helmet. And then when the next screen starts, you have to just jump in the right time, and don't do it too late, because then you would die. And here we have these things, and without the helmet you would die when you touch them, so you can just walk through them. And here we have the part with the rope, where you just can go down, and this is like the way how to reach the down part. I will make a save state in that part. I will just show you again the beginning. So you just climb up by jumping, take the elevator, go to the left, get on the 4 platforms, and now I will just show you what happens if you are touching these things. You die directly. So I think it's better to take the helmet, like to take the time, instead of waiting there and wait until these things are passed. I think you are losing here 10 seconds maybe by going to the helmet, but in the end you will gain time because you don't have to wait. So I never made like what is better, but I think waiting is definitely slower than taking the helmet in total. So yeah, let me just make a save state here. So here is it like you jump on the platform, and then you jump on the rope and hold left, and the cloud will always try to push you again against the rope. So you always hold left that you fall down, and the second part down, the cloud will push you to the right, so you're on the right side from the rope. And if you do it correctly and you don't touch the rope anymore, the last cloud would bring you back to the rope where Pebbles is. There you just press down to catch it again, and then you directly press to the right to fall again from the rope. So this is like the trickiest part of everything. You just jump on it, then you go like here, you hold left always, like you press left, and then you just hold down, and then you are on the ground part. This is like the tricky part. It's not so difficult as you can think. It's just try to stay on the left here, like just hold left. Here just hold down, and when you reach the rope, hold right again. So from the direction is like jump from the platform to the rope and just hold left, so you are still like falling, then let it push you to the right, and then just be on the right, and just start holding down. So in the moment when you grab the rope, you are climbing, you get from the cloud again pushed to the down, to the like you're grabbing the rope when you're pushing down. And then when you grab the rope, you just hold like right again and continue falling. So you land on the feet, and falling is always faster than taking the whole rope. And the rope is super risky actually when you're like taking the whole rope. So you hold left, then you just here have to press right, and then when you're touching the rope, you're on the way down. So yeah, again, just hold left, stay left, then hold right. This is too far to the right and you will never reach the rope and you will die. So you have to be careful, especially when you're like in the second part of the rope here, to don't be too far from it. This is still okay. It was very close, but this is like the best possible. And then you have pebbles. And you can see you can actually jump twice from the rope, what I will show you later. You could actually like really jump up, but I don't think it makes any sense. So yeah, if you want to get a better world record, you would have to do kind of this. But I just do one jump, the first one, and then I just climb up. So yeah, you press here to the left and then down, touch it, and then take pebbles. Then you are making one jump. Look, like what I mostly do is like directly like here to get a little bit higher. And then I just climb up and be careful about the clouds. So let's do everything together, and when you're like on the top again, you just have to jump there to the platform. So take pebbles, press jump and hold the jump, and then you're up here. Here you can push to the left, here to the left too, and there you push to the right, and then you just, I mash the jump button to reach the platform. And that's actually the whole climb. And yeah, be careful just that you are always like not too far away and have the right highness. Here you just hold jump button, so you make a double jump and then you just go up. Don't get pushed too much to the left, and here don't get pushed too much to the right, and then just mash the jump button. And this can happen, you think you're landing on the platform but you're too far away, and then you just die. And I lost runs there very often because I was jumping too early. Yeah, this is like kind of bad when you were like thinking you were reaching the platform and you're actually not reaching it. So yeah, if you're a little bit too late with the timing, you have always like when the cloud is pushing you to one side, you have to like push to the other side, because otherwise you would fall, as you can see. And then you're like in the top part, and then you just jump to the right, and then you are on that. We do this one more time, and then I'll show you the end of the game. So yeah, just learn this. Press left, stay left, press a little bit right that you fall, hold down, and then just go to the right again. Take pebbles with you, hold the jump button to make a double jump, go up, get pushed to the left, don't get pushed to the right, and then just, you can make it like there. And now you just walk to the right, walk through everything, and I'll show you the end part, what is super easy actually. If you do this, you're dead, so you have to jump there. So the moment when you reach this screen, you just jump, and then you just go down, hold the right button, and don't care about what everything is happening. You can fall here and the game is finished. So for whatever reason, you can fall there and you still make it to the end without taking the elevator or the stairs or whatever. So the last important thing for you after you climb up and you walk through it is jump here, and then just hold to the right, go on the right side of the elevator, fall down, and time ends when you're touching the ground in that moment. And then the speedrun is over. So yeah, let me just die and then I show you everything again from the beginning in one run, as it has to be or should be. But yeah, it's like just learning. There's no RNG actually. The clouds are always going to the right, to the same direction, so you will not be surprised. Only if you are missing the timing, of course, then they are going in a different way or push you away. So you take the helmet and you just go to the left, and I think it's definitely less riskier, and I don't know how much time you would save if you would go to the left directly. Missed my jump, so I had to do it again. Can happen, don't worry about that. You get the idea of the patterns and that you're not jumping too much from the wall, from the side. And then you just fall down, hold down, and then just take pebbles with you. Hold jump button so you make a double jump here, go up. Next one is always pushing you to the left, the two. And then the last one here, jump very close, get on the platform. Can do it like when you're like half body to the platform, you can already like I mashed the jump button so I get out of it. When you're reaching the last screen here, press the jump button, hold the right button, get completely to the right from the elevator, let yourself fall down, touch the ground and win the game and finish the speedrun. And this is Flintstones. So with that, I hope I teach you everything what is important for Flintstones. Yeah, nothing to worry. Very easy speedrun, painting the wall, driving to bowling, win Barney against bowling, what is the worst thing, and then rescue pebbles, what is kind of easy. You just have to know when to jump and how to hold the directions, and yeah, don't forget the last jump and go to the right side from the elevator, fall down, and then everything is fine. So yeah, this is the speedrun of Flintstones, and with that I'm done for today. I wish you good luck with the speedrun, and maybe put some music on the background when you're playing this. Don't hear the Flintstones music over and over again, it could destroy your brain. So I wish you a good morning, day or night, whenever you see this, and I hope to see you the next time.